I will show you how to get it, how to build it, and why it's still one of the best companions in Warframe. To get started, you need 10 Kavat genetic codes. Use Ivara and activate Prowl so that Kavats won't run away from you or attack you. Scan them using your synthesis scanner. If you have the Cross Matrix widget, you get a chance at extra scans per target. Stay for about 5 minutes, extract and repeat. Steal path is optional. The key is scanning efficiently, not difficulty. Once you have the codes, go to your incubator. You will need Kavat upgrade segment, incubator power core. A random incubation gives a 50% chance for Smeeta, but if you want it guaranteed, use 2 Smeeta imprints. Now for the mod build, and this is where things changed. Smeeta is no longer about loot stacking, it's now a utility focused companion. Charm is still the core ability. It gives powerful random buffs during the missions. There are 6 buffs in total. First is your critical chance boost, setting your crit chance to 200%. Energy refund, letting you cast abilities without losing energy. Affinity boost, tripling your XP gain for a limited time. Instant reload, perfect for heavy weapons. Shield reinforcement, blocking incoming damage and adding overshields. And rare resource drops, giving you valuable materials instantly. But here is the big change. The old loot doubling buff is gone. Take Enhance. This increases buff duration by 30%, which means more uptime. Resourceful Retriever. This gives a chance to double pickups. So even though Smeeta lost the old loot buff, this mod helps bring back some value for farming. For survivability, Link Vitality scales your Kavat's health with your Warframe, and Primed Pack Leader heals your pet whenever you deal melee damage. This combo keeps your Smeeta alive even in long missions. Now for utility and combat. Sharpened Claws strips enemy armor instantly, making enemies much easier to kill. Contagious Bond spreads status effects between enemies, which helps clear rooms or groups faster. Fear Sense increases damage against nearby enemies, giving your Kavat extra impact in fights. These 2 mods are mandatory for me. Fetch, which automatically pulls in loot, and Primed Animal Instinct, which gives you enemy radar and loot radar. This makes farming smoother and way more efficient, as you will not have to run around picking up each and every loot manually. So how does this build actually perform? It's not about insane loot spikes anymore. It's about consistency. You get constant buffs from Charm, reliable survivability, passive loot support, and better overall gameplay flow. This makes it perfect for long farming runs. Important truth, guys. Smeeta is no longer the broken loot machine it used to be, but that doesn't make it weak. It just makes it different. Now let's talk about the claw build for Smeeta Kavat, which is all about maximizing damage, crits, and status effects. I'm using Frenzied Posture as the stance mode. This is extremely powerful because it gives plus 80% status duration after every attack, allowing all your status effects to last longer. For raw damage, we have Maul, which gives a massive plus 330% melee damage, significantly boosting your Kavat's base damage output. Next is Bite, one of the strongest mods in this build. It provides plus 330% critical chance and plus 220% critical damage, turning your Smeeta into a crit machine. To enhance status damage, I'm using Sepsis Claws. This adds plus 330% toxin damage and status chance. And more importantly, it converts all elemental damage into toxin, making it incredibly effective against most enemies. Then we have Call of the Week, which is absolutely insane. Why? As it gives plus 60% melee damage per status type on enemies, and also plus 240% damage for non-critical hits. It's like melee duplicate, but in many cases even better. For crowd control, I'm using Swipe, which allows your Kavat to hit multiple enemies at once, increasing both damage spread and utility. Hunter Synergy is another key mod here, as it increases your companion's critical chance based on your Warframe's crits, boosting overall consistency. To further increase toxin and status output, I have added Venom Teeth, stacking even more status chance and toxin damage. Finally, Precision Conditioning is just god tier. It adds plus 385% melee damage and significantly enhances slash damage, making your Kavat shred enemies over time. Depending on your needs, you can swap in Radon Claws for radiation damage, Frost Jaw for cold damage, Magnetic Combinations for shield heavy enemies. You can also use immunity resistance, which gives plus 50% status damage, making it a great situational pick into not just a support companion but a true damage dealer. Now let's talk about the best Warframes to pair with your Smeeta Kavat for maximum farming efficiency. First is your Khora. Khora is one of the strongest farming Warframes. Her main ability is Strangledome. This ability traps enemies inside a dome and continuously damages them. And as they die, they have a 65% chance to drop additional loot. Next we come to Hydroid. His key ability is Tentacle Swarm. This ability summons tentacles that grabs enemies and deal damage over time. Now add the augment mod Pilfering Swarm. Enemies caught in the tentacles have a chance to drop extra loot when they die, which is 100%. Finally we have Nekros. Nekros is considered the most consistent farming Warframe. His key ability is Desecrate. This ability forces enemy corpses to drop additional loot. So instead of relying on chance-based traps, Nekros works on every corpse. Now to make it even better, you can also use the augment Despoil. This makes Desecrate consume health instead of energy, which means you can keep it active all the time. This gives you constant loot generation throughout the mission. Now here is where things get even stronger. If you use slash weapons, enemies get cut into multiple body parts. Each body part can be desecrated separately, which means even more loot. So Nekros is perfect for long survival missions, endurance farming and consistent resource grinding. Now here is when things get interesting. When you combine a farming Warframe, Smeeta Kavat and resource boosters, you do not just farm resources, you multiply them. This is how players farm thousands of resources in a single run. So that's all for today's video. I hope to see you guys in the next. Thank you.